I was gonna start back here. Let's go back here. With Shelby. Drinking. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I'm sorry. You blowing bubbles? What are you doing? Alright. Sorry to interrupt you there. Here's the hibiscus. Good morning. It's very big. Good morning. Here's 1, 2, 3. There's a drying one. And lots of buds everywhere. Let's give Shelby this dry one. And yep, here's the cat's claw. It's not doing much, but you can tell how many flowers it had on it by all these. It's full of, just full and full of these little beans. And growing up and over there, all down here. And then look at this. This was so pretty. This is where there was like just a strand of flowers, but now it's got a strand of beans, like a necklace. Like the garden has a pretty necklace on. That's weird. It says this message is held for review, so whatever you said was not allowed. But here's the pomegranate. It didn't get a ton of leaves because it got that really hot shock right when it was leafing out, but it got a ton of pomegranates still. There's a chicken. And that's a bunch of straw. All right, here's the grapevine, which is growing, but it's not doing awesome. But it's still growing. I should pull this in through here and get it. Not, but yeah. Here's a watermelon plant. And these are all little papayas. I just had a papaya and I just put all the seeds in there and they grew. Here's a sunflower and another sunflower. And there was a great big watermelon right here, but then we put a big bunch of straw right there and covered it with that, and I think the reflection of the sun off of that killed this big watermelon I had there, so that was kind of a bummer. All right, then here's the garlic chives and the sage. These both have been growing in this spot for a long time. There's one of the hibiscus plants that I've got going this year. One of my roselle hibiscus. And then I've got a tomato plant here. There's some tomatoes. It's getting pretty big. Then in the middle here, I've got this loofah going that's gonna take over. Once these tomatoes aren't gonna have much left in them, even though they're still growing, it's gonna get too hot and they're gonna die. And then I'm gonna let this loofah just take over the whole thing. I've got a couple tomatoes over here too, but these guys did not grow at all for like the first couple months I had them. They were only like that tall, and then just now they started growing. This whole bed, something's wrong with this bed. I don't know. I need to do something with it, because look, nothing's growing and things sprout up and then they just die, and like that, I don't know what's going on there. It's Got a couple sunflowers, but this bed's having some trouble. I need to figure out what's going on with it. This bed's doing all right. Oh, there's Shelby drinking water again. Hi. I brought you this. No. Oh, no. She says, not right now. I'm busy. Okay. Some kale and some kale. Here's a moringa. I don't know. There's a big tomato in here. Another big tomato. It's growing everywhere. I actually used tomato cages for the first time instead of like tying them up and all that. Now she's eating her hibiscus. You want another one, Shell? We'll get her this one. There she goes. Here we have an eggplant that's been growing for a long time, like over a year now. And this pepper plant's also been growing for a long time. I kind of trimmed it all up like a bonsai. Big kale. Here's a little flowery guy that reminded me of clovers. It's not clovers, but another little sunflower. There's another little tomato. Here's the other roselle. That other one's bigger than this one, I think. Maybe a little bit. Here's a roselle. Here's this basil that volunteered that's like a cross that started, that grows like lilacs or something. It smells like a Thai basil, but it's not anything that I planted. It's something that crossed and volunteered. Yeah, it is really pretty. That's why I leave it in here. I'm trying to see if I can get some more going, because I've never seen any like that. Maybe I started my own kind. All right, the olive tree's finally growing. It's got finally growing again after it got its taproot broken. So hopefully it'll start making some shade before too long. Got this rosemary. It's getting big. That's been here for a while. And then the green stalk. Da-da-da-da. I need a water over here still this morning. It's starting to get too hot for these guys. Like this was so pretty yesterday, and now there's like one couple. But yeah, it's starting to get too hot for these guys. And this one too. I had a few of these in there. These are snapdragons. They don't survive the summer. All that. And then we've got this over here. The sweet potato started growing by itself again. And that. That. Here's a little sunflower. Ooh. Hello. Good morning, sunflower. Oh, look right there. There's a cantaloupe. And there's some more tomatoes. This is where we hung the shade because of the poor tree. I don't know. So there's a big shade there now, but it's protecting this stuff, so it works. Yep, cantaloupe growing all over in here. This guy, then there's this one in here. This one gets full sun, so it's not growing like there's this little sweet potato compared to that sweet potato. This one doesn't do quite like that one, but it's all right. It's got some things. I don't even know what these are that are coming up though. We'll find out. This is probably ready to come out. Makes the red and yellow flowers. Oh, Shelby's heading across the way. The Indian blanket flowers, but it's all done, so I could probably cut that out. And the rose needs cut back. And that's everything in the annex. And then in the pots here, we've got a big tomato going. Looks like it could use a little pruning up in here. We've been having some 105-degree days, so some stuff's been getting stressed, but still doing good. It's getting big and putting on tomatoes. This is a new lemongrass that I have, and I put it in a pot instead of in the ground, like my last one. Here's just some flowers growing. This is a zinnia seed that we got at the library, a golden zinnia seed from the library. And then these are some cosmos, so those should fill up pretty. Fill this pot up nice. Here's the lemon. Here's another tomato. This is the sun gold. I think this is one of my favorite kinds. There's the cantaloupe. There's another cantaloupe down there. There's a cantaloupe, and there's a cantaloupe. And there's a little cantaloupe I just saw. This guy's pretty. And this little flower guy here in this pot. And here's the fig tree. I pulled it out of that bed that something's going wrong with because it was not doing good. And it dropped all its leaves, but now it's getting leaves back. It just started getting its leaves back. Blah. Yeah, I need to go back to the library again. I haven't been there in a while. Get some more seeds. Should probably pull this stuff out. I had put just wildflower seed mix in this pot here, and it had a whole bunch of different wildflowers growing in it for a while, and it was really pretty. But then this is the last one left of the wildflower mix, and it's about done. It's got a couple little spots of purple still, but it needs to come out now. And then that's in the back, and that looks really pretty. And the star jasmine is doing all right. And then here's the big spider plant. It's got lots of spider babies going. It's in bloom with its spider babies. And that's all. It was all right. Here's the passion fruit vine. It's really taken off. Look, it's growing up over the shade. And all the way over. I've only seen the one passion fruit so far, but I haven't really been looking, and I just saw that one. Yeah, I saw this one right here. But it's growing. It's taking off. Look, it's growing way up there, up the power pole. So yeah, it's taking off and enjoying the spot. Hopefully I get more fruit off of it than just that. I need to look through and see. I'm not sure. But that's doing all right there. I've got this elephant food plant that I need to repot. It's getting a little out of control. And then here's the little Easter lily cactuses, cacti. And it looks like I got some buds going. So I might get some flowers off that soon. And then there's one baby in the middle there that I couldn't get, but I took off a bunch of babies and I'm propagating them here. So I'll have a whole bunch of these little cacti. And this bed, I don't know. Also not much going on, but I've got a couple. I had stuff growing in this bed and then it all died, like when I told you that all my stuff died. And I didn't know why. But now I've got a couple, like, here's an Armenian cucumber that I think is going to take off. I think that can still make it. But, like, my beans are sucking. I don't know. There's a nasturtium. We'll see what's going on with this bed. I got a couple beds I don't know what's going on with. But here I've got some purple pole beans. But they're looking a little eh. And here comes Shelby walking across. Now this is open over here. Oh wait, this is this big sunflower. I didn't show you this big sunflower. And then here's some Mexican sunflowers growing in this pot. And there's also a little Mexican sunflower growing under this big sunflower. Yeah, I don't know. Something's up with this last compost I got, because I feel like stuff should be doing way better than it is, but I don't know. The weather's also been a little funky, and yeah. This bed's doing good though, right here, and this got the same compost, and everything's doing awesome. Like, these tomatoes are all super healthy. This loofah looks super healthy and is growing really good. You know, these guys we've had for a long time and they're doing good. And that roselle, so I'm not sure. Yeah. I think that's everything, except there's a chicken. We could go see the chicken that's broody. Go check out the eggs. What are you doing up there? Making a mess. All right, let's see. There's a piggle sleeping. Piggles! Arr. Hi. All right. There's a dove flying around in here. There it goes. All right, here she is. She's not mean or anything, so that's good. Dun, da, da, da. 5. Thank you. Yeah, good job. She's got a little bit of food just in here. She can go eat. Mostly the doves come in here and eat it, obviously. And the pigeons. Here's our latest hurt pigeon that's making residence at the bird hospital, at Piggles Bird Hospital. Hey, pigeon. Yeah, you can't fly, can you? It's all right. I'm not going to mess with you. All right. It's a nice morning. It's overcast. The sun is covered up, which is wonderful. It's not too hot. It's been like 105 for the last several days. So, and it said it was going to get to 105 today. I haven't looked and seen what it says now. Oh, and over here you can see more of how many flowers we had on this cat's claw this year. It was so pretty. But look at all these beans. We're supposed to have a good monsoon season, and so we need to get these rain barrels set up because they are forecasting a wet summer here this year, which would be fantastic. I really hope so, because we haven't had rain in a long time. But yeah, we're talking about getting those set up here quick so we can catch some of that rain and run it back. There's Maddie. I was looking for her. Hi, Maddie. Say hi to Grandma. She followed me to the gate. You should have known you were probably following me right behind me the whole time, huh? Yeah, say hi to Grandma. And here comes Shelby. Hey, pretty girl. Yeah. All right. I think that's about everything. Some stuff's doing good, some stuff's not doing good, you know. It's the way it goes. But I've got some time to plant some more stuff, I think. All right, I love you too. I hope you enjoyed your garden tour. Have a wonderful, here's the big, look at this kale's doing so good. All right, have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.